Ryan's not a movie guy. He needs to be satisfied. That's why I only show him good movies.
So you're saying The Stupids is not a good movie?
Well, I mean, The Stupids
What
is a
is
good
this?
movie.
The Stupids.
But here's the other. Then
About
there's the second
based on the beloved
qualification.
book, Tom Arnold movie. The Tom Arnold.
The second qualification is it has to be something I want to talk about.
I know, motherfucker.
So it's like
It's fine.
threading
Forget it. I'm just
threading
asking.
that needle is really tough. And then to throw in the third one, which is like what Adam wants to watch.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
the
like,
most
okay.
important part.
Cars.
Element to me. Love to do an episode on Cars.
The Cars franchise.
And
then
like a
Adam's
deep dive, three-part episode.
plus Adam's pitching movies he hasn't seen, so he doesn't even know if he likes them or not.
Yeah,
Like it
that's
might
true.
be. So it's
I'm
just
just
a
trying
very,
to. I'm trying to
It's a
economize
good excuse
my
to
time.
watch them.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to go on fresh.
I understand.
Okay.
I think your kid, and the other thing is you watch only Pixar movies with your kid and like Studio Ghibli, and it's like
I watched
watch-
Homeward Bound this weekend.
watch the
Ooh.
Stupids with your
He loved
kid.
that shit.
You know? Did you see
It's
there's
it's a little advanced for him, I think.
Did you see there's
Yeah,
a
because
Will
he's never seen
Ferrell
it.
dirty Homeward Bound?
Say
A
that.
what?
Like there's like a Will Ferrell comedy where it's like dirty Homeward Bound. It's like all sex jokes and it's like dogs fucking and like
That sounds wild. No,
that's
I
like the
haven't.
new thing.
Let's watch that one.
It's like look who's talking for dogs.
Dogs. Oh hell yeah! I'm already horny
That
thinking
sounds
about
awesome.
I forget the name. Will
$1
Forte's
million idea.
is the owner and he's like a drunk loser and he
Oh, this
hates
is like a
his
new
dog.
movie that's coming out.
Yeah, this is a real
Yeah.
trailer I saw.
No, it's not a Homeward Bound. It's like a Marley and Me sort of movie.
No, it's Homeward Bound.
Oh, good for
Like the
us. Good for
animals
them.
are talking. We
They're-
can hear the animals' thoughts.
Talking animals are back, baby.
Jamie
That's the hot
Foxx,
new thing. Not the '90s are back.
Hell yeah!
Cocaine Bear.
Hell yeah!
You like that
Let's
movie,
These-
right?
Let's get these animals fucked up.
Here's the thing. I liked Cocaine Bear. It's not a good movie. There's a scene where a guy gets his hand ripped off and it's
Spoiler
held
alert.
backwards on his like wrist.
Like a flap.
And it looked really good. And I just appreciate seeing that kind of thing in a movie.
Yeah, totally.
But
That's cool.
honestly, it's not a good movie. Now that the more I've thought about it, 2 days later, I'm like, what was I thinking? That movie sucked. It's dumb. But hey, it's got good kills. So if you want to see good kills,
Grizzly kills.
You know what
Well-
other movie has good kills of someone's wife? The movie,
Yeah.
the Naked Lunch movie we're going to talk about.
Naked Lunch, 1991, directed by David Cronenberg, written by David Cronenberg. You know, this movie I wanted to do for a while. This is just a fun, cool,
This is a
dark-
family movie. You should have
Yeah.
watched this with your kid.
Yeah, he was hanging out.
puppets. It's got puppets. Kids love puppets.
He followed it too. He could follow it. He's really smart.
We don't make the great dirty sex puppet movie anymore.
Mm.
It is a
Like
short
what?
window of time, but they don't make. There's a movie called Meet the Feebles that Peter Jackson made, the guy who made Lord of the Rings. It's a
Mhm.
movie, and it's like behind the scenes of the Muppets. There's like a fat hippo, and there's like a little rat,
What?
and there's like one of the guys is a heroin addict with AIDS, and then there's one puppet is like has fantasies of Vietnam flashbacks, and he's like killing Chinese rats, I think.
God damn.
Killing
That sounds
Chinese
tight.
rats in a Vietnam flashback.
Yeah, and they're all
That sounds pretty
puppets. It's a musical. It's from 1989. Like that was a dirty puppet movie. They tried to do one recently with Melissa McCarthy. I didn't see it. It got really bad reviews.
Oh, the cop one.
Well, but Davy Boy's still busting these kind of fun, like squirty, like slippery, gooey.
Yeah, were those practical? Like, how did they do these effects? Were they real aliens?
Yeah, these are all real aliens. So
Central
the other
casting.
great puppet movie is, of course, Total Recall. Now, here's a little funny
Oh,
thing
yeah.
about Naked Lunch. Okay, that not a lot of people talk about, but the more I watch it, the more obvious this is. David Cronenberg was going to make Total Recall, and that script had been developed for years. When he quit that movie because of, I don't know, he didn't like Schwarzenegger or something. I don't know. I don't really know why he quit. he had script problems. Maybe he wanted to make it weirder. Pretty soon after that, he made Naked Lunch, and I feel like everything he liked about Total Recall, he just put into Naked Lunch, because if you look at Naked Lunch and Total Recall, they have almost the exact same story.
Whoa.
Or how so?
But
What's
okay,
the
plot
movie
of
is also
Total-
not based on. It's not like super
Close to the book.
close to the
Correct.
book. Yeah, it's an amalgamation.
Not at all,
of
is it?
things. I looked
The
at
book-
Wikipedia.
The book is it's just like a series of like drug fueled rants and short stories with a few characters like Dr. Benway. There's another
Okay.
book William S. Burroughs wrote called Junkie that's more linear that this has a lot from. So Total Recall and Naked Lunch. Okay. So in the beginning, this guy is working a job, blue collar job. And Naked Lunch, he's an exterminator. In Total Recall, is construction worker. And then there are these like this blue collar guy from work tells them, you know, hey, you better watch out, or yada yada yada. Like he has friends from work that he chats with. And then in this one, he gets this like secret message from a cockroach at a police station to kill his wife. And that his wife may not be his wife. And then he shoots his wife in the head by doing a William Tell routine. Now, this is a real thing William S. Burroughs did to his real life wife. So there's also actual history of the character of like the writer baked into the story.
That part's not in the book. You're saying?
But how many times
No.
did he hit the glass in real life? They don't talk
I
about
don't
the
know.
victories.
They do talk about he did shoot his wife though.
Yeah,
but
he shot his
yes.
wife in the head doing this, and then like he was like he like fled to Mexico, and then he did go to jail. Did he go to jail?
What's ironic is he was in Mexico and then he fled to America. And he
Oh,
was
okay.
sad because he couldn't go to Mexico anymore.
That's cool.
Damn.
Reverse getaway, like reverse, like
Iconoclastic guy.
yeah.
Comeback.
So in Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife isn't his wife, Sharon Stone, and then he goes to Mars, and then in this one he goes to Interzone or whatever. Like he goes to the Middle East, and he's dealing with all these weird secret agents, and like no one is who they say they are, and like it's all 50s though. It's like they have typewriters.
I think it's more
Very
like Morocco.
noir.
More like Morocco, by the way. I think.
Sure.
Okay. Interzone.
So that's what Mars is like in Total Recall, you know. So there's a lot of parallel
what you're saying.
similarities going on between the two movies, which I think is very interesting. And like, because I'm curious what like Ryan thinks of this movie, because I know all this backstory shit, but he just sat down and watched a movie he never heard of.
I've never read the book. I've heard of the book.
And was it like an entertaining movie to watch, or was it?
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty high, so it was
Nice.
It was pretty neat. It was just kind of gross. I don't think I'll watch it again.
Wait, what part?
All of it, like the puppets, the cum puppets,
You thought that was gross?
What about the
Yes.
asshole on the bug puppet?
The
never had
butt,
sex.
yeah, the puckering butthole.
When he's like rubbing the bug powder on the ass around the bug
Yeah.
little talking butthole.
Would you rub some powder?
And he's
on
like,
That's
my
probably
lips?
why I'm noxious right now.
It's also a drug movie, so if you like smoke weed or you do drugs, you'll love it.
I mean, that was like heroin.
Yeah, I didn't realize till like the movie is like a little bit, or like, you know, once the movie is really like in its rhythm and stuff like that and gets going, then it kind of just reveals itself to be like, oh, this is just like he goes to the inner zone when he like shoots heroin, basically.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
The
red
typewriter
light
is suddenly
district.
a cockroach and stuff, and like, which would be kind of cool, like if you did drugs and then you were suddenly in this like Arabian street market with all these like aliens and shit, like kind of cool.
Yeah, but it would cut to like his typewriter being normal. So
Mhm.
he was just like tripping.
In some ways,
So what was the puckering butthole?
it's even less ambiguous than Total Recall, which is kind of interesting.
It's
You start to believe he's just on drugs. Like he's like always on drugs. Like when he has
well, he
the pillowcase full of like the
Yeah,
old
all those
typewriter and he opens it
narcotics.
up. Yeah, it's all heroin and narcotics and like he like starts taking the bug medicine or the bug powder right from the beginning. So
But it's also
And then
like
the centipede stuff.
yeah.
yeah.
But it's also like he takes drugs and it's like then he has to write and it's like so the typewriter's like a bug. I just feel like I don't know, does William F. Buckley enjoyed writing? Seems like he did not really like writing that much. But he was
William S.
like,
William S. Burroughs.
what am I called?
Well, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right because the
J-
other
J-
thing, another weird detail the movie's about, which is William S. Burroughs wasn't at the beginning of the movie. He says like, I don't want to write; it's too dangerous. And he's talking to those two guys. Those two guys are based on Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg, and they were
Oh,
his
his
real
friends.
friends, and they were writers, and they would encourage him to write. I don't know if the timeline lines up, but eventually,
Kind of a beat poetry thing. Like they don't
yes.
want to
'Cause he
write, but they
can- 'cause
have
he
to
can-
or something.
No,
to-
he doesn't wanna
only
write.
do heroin.
They love
the only
writing.
the only way he can write is if he goes on those crazy binges.
Yeah, he eventually he did so much heroin. He woke up and he didn't know why he had all these pages, and then Jack Kerouac helped him put it together. He said, "You should call this a novel, Naked Lunch." And so he helped him. But like he didn't write until after he killed his wife. So the whole ending of the movie where he's like he needs a writing instrument and then he shoots his wife in the head doing the William Tell routine. That's David Cronenberg. That's his like
Literally.
yeah, that's his literal metaphor, basically. It's
He's like a writer now because he killed
he
his
is
wife.
now a writer. But yeah,
That's all you got to do.
With this? What's the deal with this William F. Buckley guy? Seems kind of strange.
I'm not familiar with William F. Buckley, so unless you have some good William F. Buckley
I mean,
things to pull.
I don't. But he does. He does. He does seem strange. He's like a
Who's
funny
William
guy.
F. Buckley, the
Maybe-
actor?
What's the name of the fucking author that wrote the book and everything? And it's like basically the character. The guy that we're talking about,
seems
the
pretty
main guy in
wacky.
the thing. Yeah, he seems
He
pretty
seems
wacky.
pretty
He's a
wacky.
wacky guy.
Bill
Kind of
Lee,
a Kramer sort of character.
Real slapstick.
Yeah.
a RoboCop. That's what I mean. That's
Is that where
his
he's
other
from?
big role. Peter Weller,
Yeah, his
RoboCop,
face looked really familiar.
Buckaroo Banzai. Apparently, he turned down RoboCop 3 to make this movie, which I think was the right choice.
That was definitely
cool,
the right
that's cool.
choice.
I love RoboCop 2, but very limited
3?
storytelling.
I like
3 is
RoboCop 2 a
awful.
lot.
3 is awful. That's what we call a shit show.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know where this movie was going the entire time, really. I'm like, all right, so he's just having a bunch of gay sex, blacking out, and then hanging out
Oh,
at diners,
yeah.
Yeah, I
typewriting
forgot about the
diners.
gay sex part.
Well, and then what were they trading when they were talking about the typewriters? There seemed to be a metaphor I wasn't getting. They were trading
Oh.
typewriters by the end
They
of it.
just-
Well, I think it's like well, I don't know what the deal with like Ian Holmes's character is, but it's like this attitude of like, oh, a good typewriter like helps you as a writer. This is when like
But then
each
they're just-
typewriters had like
yeah.
like personal like kind of characteristics and stuff like that.
He definitely used a typewriter in real life also. That's another big thing with beat poet guys. They would just type like crazy and just spew this shit out. That was their whole thing. It was like, don't just get it
Don't
out.
think too hard.
Yeah, and William S. Burroughs became so experimental that he eventually just started like cutting paper into little pieces and then just putting random sentences together that were typed out called the cut
Okay.
ups.
Is that writing?
And even though that's
I mean,
like completely incomprehensible kind of shit, like avant-garde shit, like then that became a thing that like other artists started doing, and now it's like decades
it's like
of
painting. It's like a way painting is like you could paint a house or you could paint like a bunch of shapes and be like, that's a house.
basically when heroin became very popular, art got very shitty, and people still do heroin. So
yeah,
there's a lot
right.
of
Red Hot
stupid
Chili
shit.
Peppers.
That's my art. That's the greatest art of the
Ching
20th
dong,
century.
ba-dong, ba-ping pong.
I watched a 60 minutes on the Red Hot Chili Peppers shot pretty recently.
Why was
And
they? Why are they on 60 Minutes?
they're like they're been around a long time. They're a huge band. They're in their 60s. Like, I don't know. Like,
Still performing.
Because it's 60 minutes, a minute per year. You're saying?
they've known each other a long time. Flea and Anthony Kiedis were knew each other in high school.
Weird doing
I
heroin
thought
back
60
then.
Minutes was about like, talking about like Lacey Peterson and Lorena Bobbitt and stuff, and like,
Oh, it's not a trash tabloid. What are you
Oh.
talking about?
hey, those are real important news stories. The
Sasquatch.
Bobbitt story. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet Red Hot Chili Peppers like this movie. I bet they like William S. Burroughs, San Francisco, a lot of people, a lot of junkies I knew would have like William S. Burroughs novels like everywhere in the city. You just walk around, there they are. Like,
Did you read it?
I read this in high school. I thought
Yeah,
this
that's what
movie
it seems like. It
this is a
should
high
be
school, like when you're in high school,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is,
You're like,
you know,
whoa.
this is edgy, this is
Whoa.
cool.
Wow,
My dad,
dude. Bro, have you read this?
dude,
But
he's
but
on
also this movie
drugs.
has a lot of William. What's the initial F or S?
William S.
Huh?
Burroughs.
S. Burroughs. I was thinking of William F. Buckley this whole time.
No, stop
is
it.
that-
William F.
All right,
William
sorry.
F. Butthole.
Yeah, William F.
No, no,
Butthole.
no.
But dude,
I'm William S.
but
Butthole. His name should be William S. Butthole.
yeah, so
So this guy
he
had a
loves
lot of
buttholes.
gay heroin sex also, and he was.
Maybe that's why he shot his wife. Maybe it was a little Freudian slip, if you know what I'm saying.
In the early 90s,
Seemed intentional.
He would be in like music videos, he would be. He
Maybe
was
a
like,
conservative.
He's in Drugstore Cowboy.
Conservative guy, right?
What's that?
Well, I mean, he's not in his 90s. Drugstore Cowboy is an awesome movie. It's about Matt Dillon and his buddies stealing pills. My dad was a
okay.
heroin addict, so he would have all these movies, and he would, he'd be like, "Want to watch Drugstore Cowboy?" And then we'd watch Drugstore Cowboy, and then all the drugs he's stealing, he's like, "Yeah, that's the good stuff, Dilaudid." Yeah.
Dude,
I used to do this. So he
He
liked
said
all this
used to?
stupid shit. He used to rob drugstores and methadone
Jeez.
clinics.
That was a real one.
And it'd be like, why are you robbing a methadone clinic? They're giving you methadone. He's like, I wanted to shoot up in the parking lot. He wanted to shoot up the methadone, so he didn't like that he would have to drink it.
Oh my god.
Because that's the thing with
yeah,
drug
it's a
addicts.
habit.
That's what this movie gets, right, is that they're always doing drugs, they're always stealing, they're always lying, and they're always conniving.
I like how in this movie he's not like the beginning he's like his wife is saying like he's like, where's my bug powder for my job? I'm like straight laced and stuff, and he's like, oh, his wife is shooting up. And he's you think that he doesn't do shit,
Right.
but really it's just like a junkie's like self delusion or something like that, or I don't know if
They're
he's like
supposed
getting
to
high of it off like unintentionally and then gets addicted, but
He is a junkie, basically. He's already an addict. The vice cops basically already know who he is. And he's like stopped for a little bit. And now he's an exterminator. And he gets
And
rubbed in pretty fast.
Injecting that bug powder into them titties.
Yeah,
oh
his
yeah,
wife
love bug
is
titties,
Judy Davis.
bug
She's
filled
in
titties.
Yeah, she looked really familiar.
She's in Barton
Does-
Fink.
Barton Fink and Husbands and Wives in this movie, all like within 2 years of each other, basically playing the same.
Yeah, I was
kind
gonna
of
say, did she
woman.
actually do this in real life? Was she a drug addict?
She's Australian.
Ryan,
Really?
this is kind of gossipy.
Come on, give me the deets. Let's
Gossipy talk.
dish.
You want some juicy details?
This is where I want this podcast to go. I want it to be a little more glossy, a little more Let's dish. Let's spill the beans.
You're like, what, was she on drugs in real life? Did
Let
she
me
get
know.
divorced? How many times was she married? You just want to know all the
Clickbait me.
yeah.
Come on. Let's keep
Let's
it
class it
simple.
up, guys.
Let's keep it classy, okay? Because I don't know anything about her, and I can't dish.
Oh, William
We'll make
can't
something
dish.
up.
She's a good
not that he won't
actress,
dish, it's
you
that he
know.
can't.
I mean, did she go method? I mean, that's not for me to say. You know,
Did she really have bug juice in her titties?
did she fuck a cockroach and
Mm-hmm.
a Middle Eastern woman?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I've been there.
that's what's your guys' favorite bug weird sex scene in the movie?
I mean, come on, it's the one with the Arabic typewriter, the Mujahideen.
Yeah, and it's like a weird
They're typing in
centipede
Arabic,
thing.
and he's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the ghost pottery scene, but it's on this typewriter that becomes a bug, and
it has a big hole, and then a big penis comes out.
yeah, like a pussy opens up in the thing, and then you're like, wow, this is a pussy, and then a dick shoots out too, and you're like, wait,
Wait a minute.
what's the gender
The-
of this typewriter?
This is
And
a
I
very
didn't know
Cronenberg
the perfect
detail.
species couldn't exist. I thought that was
Well, Cronenberg, he likes like when he made Crash. I think he was already interested in that story because he's turning machines into like sexual devices. It's like, hey,
Why?
what if I could fuck a popcorn maker?
Oh, cool.
he
Put
must
that
have
on
his
my
he must that must be his thing.
A talk boy from Home Alone 2
Oh,
sticks it up his ass.
Kevin just has that. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, he like extends the little the
Yeah, it
microphone,
slowly comes out on its own.
Oh
and then
my
like
god.
he opens up the tape deck and the little tape reels. He's like tweezing like nipples.
Yes. What? Yeah. What's
They're big old long. They're super long.
David Cronenberg's Home Alone.
just David Cronenberg sticking a talk boy to his ass.
Videodrome. He has a vagina on his chest and he sticks a tape into it. I mean, that's wacky stuff.
What does that mean?
This guy's wild.
Yeah. What's his deal?
Hey man, when you use a machine, it becomes a part of your body.
No,
Think
it
about
doesn't.
it.
A typing machine.
Look at us. We're not even in the same room, but we're communicating.
Yeah, but I'm not like sticking the computer in my dick and stuff like that. Or
I am.
Okay, Adam, you have your headphones on. I have a microphone. What if I do this?
oh my god,
Like I'm fucking your
Ugh.
ear. I'm
I
fucking
just
your
feel
ear.
like the typewriter thing happened to me just now.
Hey, watch this, Adam.
Oh no.
What's he gonna do? Oh, he's humping his mic.
Oh, he's humping his mic. I don't hear anything, honestly.
Now he's
Oh, he's
putting it
sticking
in
it
his
up his
butt.
ass.
You don't hear anything, but you feel it, right?
For that.
You're gonna get pink eye, dude.
That'd be awesome. That'd be amazing after this. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
There's this thing
All
called
right.
teledildonics.
I'm
And it's
fucking a
the-
machine right now.
Teledildonics. That's a thing they've been working on where it's like you fuck a hole and then a woman feels a dildo thrust with the same
Oh.
rhythm,
That's
Oh,
cool. It's
hell
cool
yeah.
that dildo is actually in the like technical term.
Yeah. Dildonics.
They kind of
Teledildonics.
worked it in there in like a backdoor way. That
Oh, is that their slogan?
yeah.
Speaking of dildos, a little trivia. In Naked Lunch, one of the dildos is called a Steely Dan. And that's the name of the band, Steely Dan. That's where they got it from.
Which dildo?
No way.
It's like a big fat dildo, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember
I
there
don't-
being
wait,
any
why are there
dildos.
Yeah.
In the novel. The novel has
Oh.
it's just a series of short stories and like rants.
I heard it's
and
like way
rambles.
worse.
Wacky
Or way more
adventures,
graphic
some
and
Hunter
obscene
S.
and stuff.
Hunter S. Thompson type shit.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not more obscene.
graphic, but it's almost incomprehensible what he's even talking about. It's just like insanity.
It's Gonzo.
Speaking of
Yeah.
I didn't know really I understood the typewriter thing. It's like being a writer, it's like a metaphor for writing, I guess. But the
Hell yeah.
alien guy that appears with the dicks,
The mugwump.
Is this a
Yeah.
gay? Because the gay part of the story exists kind of separately from all of this stuff. I feel like the movie could work just as well without it in that way. But because like is the mugwump like a part of
It's just a new
something, a
drug.
metaphor about a gay? No, that's like the
Well, I
alien
think it's
guy with
part
the
of that
dicks,
Total
the
Recall.
Yeah.
head, the
But
head
they're
dicks.
drinking the milk from the top of the
He's
dicks
not
and
milk,
getting
buddy.
high.
it's jism.
That's not milk.
It's
Jism.
cum. It's cum.
Mugwump.
Mugwump jism. They're literally drinking cum like it's a drug. I think that's in the novel, but like
That's just another drug.
it's just
'Cause
the thing he's talking about interzone. It's just like he's on
that's
heroin
the
and he's just
only-
and, he,
That's
and
the
he's like,
only
there's an
alien.
alien, but he's just a guy on
No,
heroin.
because then there's a
and
whole farm of them.
Yeah, there's a farm of them. What does that mean?
Well, the
Has
other-
anybody
It's
ever
just like
asked
an
these
opium
questions?
den. Yeah,
of course, people ask these questions.
Oh, okay.
that's the point.
I
What
see.
is this?
I
They're
thought I
like,
was
what
maybe
the
the first person to be like, I don't know.
critics
This movie
were
kinda
like,
is-
what is this? What the fuck is going on? Why is this isn't is this in the novel? Is it not in the novel? So this is a whole this movie's like a series of knots, and you have to untangle them, and
That's
you're
what I'm
trying to figure it
do.
out.
I'm trying to untangle the knots right now.
And
You're just telling me
it's
that I'm doing
It's
that.
more
instead of
like a
helping me.
and
it's
I'm,
more
well,
like
not every movie's like this. I'm
ear-
doing the same
earbud
thing.
I'm
headphones.
kind of doing like a goatsy thing, like you're being the hands, and
Well,
and your
Goatsy-
head, and your head is the hole.
yeah.
It's
It's
kinda
like
what
Would've-
you're
This
You
looks
know
like.
he would
ripping
have
open
loved
a
this movie.
butthole.
Yeah, he untangled a knot. That's for sure.
There's a lot of pleasure to be had from the butthole.
Okay,
It's you know what I mean? It's the forbidden hole.
right.
It's not
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
my first bidding.
know? But yeah, back to that typewriter sex scene.
Amen,
I
brother.
mean, when that weird dick thing comes out like a horse dick, and then it
Yeah, and
keeps
then it's like a
extending,
leech looking thing.
and then it looks like a manta ray almost. It has like
Yeah.
a little rib cage, and it's like
It's kind of
it's like-
hot.
it's banging on top of the
Yeah.
two of them
Yeah, it has
and
ass
slapping
cheeks.
around.
It's
Has
like
ass
a
cheeks.
torso lobster thing with ass cheeks.
I love that scene.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. And
That's the
then
best scene in the movie for sure.
the lady comes in, and then or like the husband comes in. He's like, they're all pissed, and they're slapping it with
No.
a riding crop.
No,
And then
it's
the
maid
husband comes
the
in.
housekeeper
Kicks it out.
interrupts them,
Squishes it,
and,
right?
and she's kind of not like a
Yeah, the
gypsy
housekeeper
Nazi.
interrupts them
She's kind of like an
yes.
Italian or gypsy Nazi. I feel
like a witch, kind of
Traveling
Suspiria
Nazi.
lady. Secret
Yeah.
witch, this classic secret witch character, the Baba Yaga. And she
Mm.
slaps it in the ass, and then it hops up on the balcony, and then it jumps off the balcony, and then when it lands, it's a typewriter shattering. They're constantly doing that thing where it's like Calvin
So
and
what
Hobbes.
does that mean?
You got
Every
the,
little
you got
alien
Calvin,
is the typewriter.
and then you got the doll. Yeah, it's
Why
always
was
cutting
it-
to the typewriter.
Typewriter. Why did it turn into this bug-like thing with ass cheeks and wiggle on them?
That's how you
Mm.
write, dude.
Come on, we've established the rules. The movie has established the rules by then.
It's just
Type-
hallucinations.
This is how what a typewriter is.
Well, I guess they're like before
Thoughts
that they're literally like
become
kind of
real.
like typing on the typewriter together, and then she starts like fingering the like rubbing the
Hell yeah.
buttons and stuff. It's very
Yes,
sensual,
yes.
kind of erotic.
Keyboard. Right now, I'm
Kinda.
Were you
Well,
guys
I want to go type,
turned
dude.
on by
Here's the
this
thing.
movie's
Oh,
things?
I love little wormy alien things with
Yeah,
both a dick and a pussy.
if you're on
yeah.
speed and heroin and all
Gross.
sorts of drugs,
Dude.
and you're just in your little apartment, and you're William S. Burroughs or Jack Kerouac or Allen Ginsberg, and you're just like high as fuck, jerking it, writing pornography, because that's what these guys are doing. They're basically writing pornography and getting high. At a certain point, I imagine
Jacking
their fingers are literally feeling like sexual, protrusions. Like they're
They're getting so
typing,
horny.
and they're
so
just that's all they're
tantric.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the point of contact for the stimulation is their fingertips on the keys.
I've
Otherwise, they're
never
sitting
done
there.
heroin, but if that's what it does,
I'll start writing.
Let's
I'd-
do it.
Shall we all do it?
This is
Should we
That'd
all
be a good
get together?
Men on heroin.
Three guys on
Oh,
heroin talking
man.
about movies.
Where's
Talking about the hits of the
Ryan?
80s.
Ryan,
We're
where
just
is
nodding
he?
out.
Yeah. Ryan, don't do
Ryan's below the
anymore.
low frame.
Stop.
I'm doing it.
Adam's like,
You burp.
I don't want
You
to. I thought I talked to my wife and she said it's a bad idea, and I don't think it's a good idea if I do heroin.
Yeah, I'd be the pussy of doing heroin.
And
Doing
then
heroin.
you're still
podcast.
like trying to have a conversation about the movie.
I would like to.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
did watch the.
it's just really
Stupids.
me talking to guys on heroin about movies and them being fucking.
And I'm just fucking the
no help.
microphone.
Basically, what
Coming.
this podcast is.
I'm like, I feel it.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying,
fucking
guys?
the microphone, and Adam's
I
ears
feel
are just
everything.
Adam's
It's like
ears just have come.
It's like the seams of the matrix of the simulation are ripping at my fingertips, and I can feel it. I feel
then
it
Ryan-
all.
Ryan has playing jazz. He has a saxophone, and he's just getting. He's going wild.
Oh, that'd be
playing
awesome.
horny jazz
Dude.
music.
Just horny.
We should
jazz.
have a guy on heroin
Sporadic
playing
jazz.
saxophone in the background of our
Just
podcast
sporadic.
anyway. Just
Any
free flow
saxophone
jazz.
players?
Be awesome.
Any sax players out there want to jam up with us?
Would be our
To-
Paul
Our fourth
Schaefer.
mic.
I bet
Yeah,
I
we
could
need a
find
Paul-
one.
We need a jazz
just
guy.
a continuous saxophone chills.
Or like a
saxophone riff. Ooh, yeah, just a cymbal drummer.
Yeah,
I only has a cymbal.
just one cymbal, maybe some spoons.
People would like that.
a podcast variety show done in the old vaudeville.
Or it could
Comedy,
be just like
porn.
a custom thing. Anyway, we could talk
Stripper
about this
thing.
later because it's a really good idea.
Men on
But-
heroin.
Yeah,
We're on heroin.
it's a good idea.
So this is episode 1. I'm trying heroin for the first time. Let's
Okay, here
see
we
how
go.
it goes.
This is the era of like, I'm on drugs, man, and I'm painting, and I'm just like feeling it, man.
Yeah, that'll be us on this podcast.
Yeah.
These were the first artists to like just be like, I'm on heroin. Look at me, and then they were just like,
But
"Woo,
but
look at
drugs
this."
are
Look,
I just don't see how they
they're
function.
portrayed as very dirty and gross in this.
Yeah,
by-
like
by
all
this
the
movie.
apartments were nasty.
Yeah, because they are. Have you ever
It
been
makes-
around a drug addict? They're fucking.
It doesn't make drugs appealing. Seem appealing.
Yeah, there's a
I don't know. It
constant.
does seem kind
It
of
made
fun,
it,
but like
it made it look cool.
There's a
yeah,
tension of.
yes, yeah, of course, definitely.
There's-
When
Of
he's
course. We're
sleeping
talking about
halfway
his
in the
drugs.
dirt,
Of
he's,
course,
like,
I knew
halfway
Ryan
buried.
would love that scene. I knew Ryan would dig that shit.
sleeping in the dirt.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love
hell
that scene.
yeah.
Also, he wakes up, huh? And his two friends are there, and you're like, oh, he's not even in inner zone, the Middle East. He's just in New York still.
He's like just in an alleyway.
He's in Austin,
Yeah, he's just.
outside of Cap City Comedy Club or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
That's cool.
American as apple pie.
Outside
I
of
can't be here.
Knuckleheads.
So he was just hallucinating the whole like foreign city that he was in.
I mean,
That's cool. That's a
or
cool,
he's
that's
hallucinating
what's
them visiting
implied.
him. He's hallucinating them visiting him.
But they got his pages
It's
back.
kind of like you get like smoke weed and then you're like wander into like the Mos Eisley Cantina. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like
You're
the
just like,
Dago-
I smoked a
what's the
joint.
sound? Yeah,
Bum,
you just be
bum,
like,
bum,
whoa,
bum, bum, bum,
guys.
bum.
Take it-
Oh,
Tatooine.
yeah.
Eat a little edible.
But
How
really, you're
far
just
down?
in Burbank.
Yeah,
Just in
you're like,
Nebraska.
whoa,
You're at the
look at that
Fuddruckers.
alien. That'd be cool.
Really, you're just
Sounds
at
like
a
a good afternoon.
Chipotle in San Francisco. You know what I mean?
Damn,
Mhm.
probably sounds good.
San Francisco's kind of like that. They used to call it Baghdad by the Bay, which is something I've never understood. I don't
Baghdad,
understand.
what does that mean? Because they're just
Well-
gonna bomb that ass.
Baghdad's in Iraq, and I don't know. I'm too young to
Adam, what's
understand
it
what the
mean?
hell.
Didn't you go to it all the
San
time, Adam?
Francisco is Baghdad by the Bay.
Yeah,
It's where all the gay guys did gay set butthole stuff.
That's Baghdad. You're talking about Baghdad?
Or is that the pier? Where did you used to go, Adam, to do all your gay butthole stuff? Was it the pier?
the Leather District?
Fisherman's
Oh,
Wharf.
no,
I'd be a Leather
Coit.
District gay guy. Okay,
Adam would be at the
I'm
top
not
of
hanging
Coit.
out at the pier. like
Adam would be at the
fucking
top
idiot.
of Coit Tower with a whole line of people. through
Cruising,
North
gay
Beach.
cruising.
Just make a bunch of topical references and
He's got a motorcycle.
Go to the Santa Monica
It's just badass.
promenade and Third Street Promenade and the gay cruise.
on the roller coaster.
Yeah,
With your wife.
with
Bring
my
your wife.
with my wife.
With your wife.
So this
Yeah,
movie was
just-
supposed to be shot in Iraq. Actually, they were going to shoot it in Iraq, and then the war broke out. And then also,
Oh, that's cool.
So where
Very
did they
interesting.
shoot it?
they got a bunch of
Just
tax
interesting.
credits. They shot in Canada, Toronto,
Oh,
and
it's
set.
always
It's all sets.
Canada.
But he's a Canadian director, so it's always like
It's just cheaper.
But it
to
kind of
do that
works as
over
a
there,
set. It kind of, it make it,
Well,
this
it's
is
so
the kind of instance
alien.
where I think a set can be really good because it's a fake world.
back.
It has an unreal quality. Just like
To-
Arabian guys moving baskets around.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Back to Cabin Boy, where we talked about how like they just don't know how to do sets. They don't know how to make a world. Like David Cronenberg understands all these like production designers, sets and puppets, and how you slowly dole these things out to an audience, so it kind of makes sense. You know,
Yeah,
like
right. It's not too
you want to show that
obvious.
cockroach early. You know, that cockroach early on is like rub the bug petter on my lips.
Yeah.
And then like
That's
kill
just
your
so
wife.
weird.
Yeah, it starts with a shot of just cockroaches, like regular cockroaches. So it does start in like a thing of reality.
Yes. Then it has a puppet bug.
I loved because they were doing the bug powder so much when they just would breathe on cockroaches, they would kill them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what was going on. Well, wait. So what is the
Yeah.
deal with the alien guy with the head dicks?
Bug womp.
Yeah, what is it?
He's
If the
just-
typewriter bug thing is like about writing, what is this mugwump about?
He was another typewriter.
Yeah, his head becomes a typewriter at one point. That's what he's like when he types good, he makes like
Yeah.
white liquid shoot out.
He secretes.
if you know
They're
what I
in the
mean.
book. I don't remember what they were in the book. I don't remember them being very big or important in the book. I think
The head penises,
like
The penis
Um,
heads.
penis heads. I don't know.
I
which one
love
is
the
it.
Mugwump puppet. That scene where he's escaped New York, he's hiding out, he's at the bar, and then Kiki comes over. He's like, "I want you to meet my friend Mugwump," and then it cuts to this guy at the bar smoking
yeah,
a
that-
cigarette.
Hey, honey.
Yeah,
It's
and
cool that
like
he's smoking.
him smoking. This is a great puppet, and this is one of the challenges
Mhm.
with puppets. Is like this one's really got to perform. Okay, so the team is working on him. They're making him as good as possible. They said the puppeteers would actually be smoking cigarettes on set and breathing them out through a tube.
That's cool.
And
That's the thing. Like this movie, I noticed that detail as well, and I was like, oh, that's like a really nice detail to add to. It's like a really creative detail to add to like a prosthetic character or whatever. And it made me think about like that's like a really valuable thing for a movie to do is to offer like some type of a spectacle, like this kind
Yes.
of new use of a already like a special effect and stuff, which is cool. And it reminded me of when I was watching Homeward Bound yesterday, which that movie is like has a genuinely epic scope. It's like shot out in the like real nature and stuff, and it looks really big and stuff. And also like there's a lot of animals in the movie, and they do like
I bet
hard
they got treated well.
they do hard things, and or like they do like hard camera moves and stuff with these animals and everything like that. And also obviously animals talking
Well,
with human
and
voices
also-
is very fun and cool, but it's like these are spectacles that like movies, I feel if it was made today, it would not be, these spectacles would not be offered.
No,
well,
it'd be the
there's
studio.
It'd be
There's
a
a-
CGI.
yeah,
like-
yeah. There's this. What's that movie with Harrison Ford with the CGI dog?
Yeah, Call of the
The-
Wild.
Call of the Wild. It's
Oh
all
my
CGI.
God, yeah.
The whole movie was shot in LA, literally. The entire
Never
film is a
seen it.
CGI
Just
set.
the
It's-
movie's not offering the audience anything.
it's
Like,
just
why would
shit
you go
garbage.
see that? Like, you want to see like that epic
On
nature,
location.
natural like adventure out in the wild.
So
You feel
Cocaine
the call of
Bear.
the wild. So when you go to Call of the Wild, you want to be like, you want that call to be answered.
Like James Cameron went to a whole new planet, right, to film
Yes.
Avatar.
Yeah, like that
Yes.
offers a spectacle.
Yeah,
He does a good job. though.
Also, this
film
movie.
in on location. Yeah,
Hold on. So Cocaine Bear, they have a they have a real
Yeah, what's that
cocaine
one?
bear. No, they have a CGI bear
That'd
the
be
whole
cool.
time.
yeah, it looks
Yeah,
stupid.
that's lame.
And the reason the movie is watchable and not just a total shit fest is because Lord and Miller produced it, and they just know how to make things not be terrible. You know, they just know, like the Lego movie, like they just kind of
Yeah.
know how to be like, look, you just do
It's
this.
entertaining enough.
Yeah, so they make the bear like really, the performance is like really
Performance of
I
the
don't know.
bear.
It's very specific.
The
and-
bear
of the bear.
performance. Gotcha.
Yes, and it's all CGI, and yeah, it's kind of making fun of Call of the Wild in a way. But yeah, I
Okay.
missed that. I missed the early '90s where you would just be on a set. You have a puppet. He has the puppeteer smoking a cigarette. He's pumping it out. This mugwump is there. You know, he's acting with the actor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Makes everything better. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
the
like
good
just
old
it's
days.
just like
It's-
offers something to like that's like a draw for an audience to go see.
the
like-
whale. What about that? I mean, he's a
That
fat
has a
guy,
spectacle.
fat suit. Brendan
But you
Fraser.
said his
the-
arms weren't good or something like that.
Yeah, his arms don't swing the way a fat person swings on my 600-pound life.
That's the
There's
spectacle
like
you
a-
want to see. You want to see
Well,
those swinging arms.
you can tell they've watched that show many times and studied it. Aronofsky is hitting all the beats from that show, and it's a movie version of that show, which is great.
Oh,
You
okay.
know,
That sounds
like
awesome.
you want it. You
They
want
should have
that
called
to.
it that, like My 600-Pound Life, the movie.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, the whale. It's a little Christian and a little, wacky, but
It's Christian.
yeah,
Little
it's a little. It's a little
pushy?
Christian-y.
You mean like
Sounds
Jesus.
good to me.
What's the
Jesus
fucking word?
fucks the whale.
Oh,
No, there's like a
Wait, so
missionary
does Jesus
guy.
make him skinny?
It's about forgiveness.
is that a Christian movie? If you have Jesus, fuck, like
Yeah.
fuck anybody.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you're making him look cool. He's doing a cool thing.
There you
No,
go.
he's
Why-
getting
Why can't
he's
that
getting
be
pegged by
what
the cross.
Christian movies are? Why can't Kirk Cameron make a movie
What
like
about
that?
David Cronenberg's story
Passion
of
of the
Jesus?
Christ, right?
Yeah, and he's like they're
Oh, that
like
was another
dick.
movie I wanted.
They're dick hammers that going through Jesus's holes in his
Yeah,
wrist.
totally.
And
I
the, and, the,
remember that scene.
and the Romans are like fucking.
No, he's just
The
he's
nail-
just
they're-
being like
they're just
sound-
fucking
he's
his
just-
wrist.
They're making him do sounding basically with a
They crucify his penis,
yes.
and his balls are pulled outward like his arms.
Like spaghetti.
Yeah, why isn't that a Christian movie? Why is that considered bad?
According to you, it's because it makes Jesus look cool, and this is
No.
That
I
was
mean
in
Jesus
Passion of the Christ, dude.
fucking getting his dick sucked.
classic naked lunch
These are
joke.
cool things.
Reference is the
People want to see
Simpsons.
this.
They sneak into an R-rated movie with a fake ID. They see naked lunch,
Yeah.
and when
And
they
then
walk
Was
out,
Nelson.
this
What does
received
Nelson say?
well by
Does Nelson
critics?
say, William?
Adam, you do it. I know you want to.
I can think of two things that are wrong with that title. That's what he says when they walk out.
True. There is no naked. There is no
Good,
lunch.
subtle Nelson performance, by the way. This
Who's
is subtle.
Nelson?
It's all about subtlety when you're doing Nelson.
Who's in
Also
Hi,
some
I'm
of
Nelson.
Bucks. Yeah,
when they
that's
turned
pretty good.
Nelson sensitive, it was over.
what?
You mean the episode
Is
where he
this
dates Lisa?
Simpsons?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're talking about
That's a
The
good
Simpsons.
episode, I feel like, though.
Oh lord.
Only because it got
Good to s-
worse.
We
Yeah,
went
I
like
guess.
2 episodes
Yeah.
where we didn't even bring up Seinfeld or The Simpsons.
Oh, you took
Who's
it?
the
You were
dad
keeping
in
track?
Who's the dad in Homeward
Mhm.
Bound, Adam?
Oh,
The
yeah,
stepdad.
the dad. Yeah, what else is he in?
He's in
Very
Police
handsome
Academy
guy.
4 and 5,
Right.
but he did some sitcom work. He actually replaced
Oh,
an
he's on Seventh
actor.
Heaven, right?
No, he
Or-
replaced an actor who was on Seinfeld, Lloyd Braun. He's the second Lloyd Braun. There's 2 actors that played Lloyd Braun, but he
I
did
gotta
say
look.
Serenity Now.
Yeah, that guy's like that was a leaner gentleman.
Isn't he in some horror movie?
Let me look.
Lloyd Braun.
What happened to this guy?
I'm almost there. Dude, Michael J. Fox, by the way, is on fire and Homeward Bound. Robert Hayes.
Michael
Oh,
J.
it's Robert
Fox is in
Hayes.
that
No, that's the
movie?
airplane
Hot
guy.
Justice.
That's not Lloyd Braun. I'm totally wrong. That's Robert Hayes. That's the airplane guy.
Cool.
Right, yes, he's an airplane. And Starman.
You fool.
And Homeward Bound. And Homeward Bound 2. Lost
I
in
thought it
San
was Lloyd
Francisco.
Braun.
Hey,
the
do you
Police
like
Academy
Homeward
4
Bound
guy.
2, William? It's a San Francisco film.
Yeah, they shot it in Vancouver. And there's a shot of downtown
Oh,
Vancouver.
nice.
And they're like, there's San Francisco. And it's like just really awful.
Vancouver's a beautiful city, I've heard.
Just making me and my whole city of cool guys look like fools.
Yeah, right.
cool.
You're from the town of fools. That's what the F stands for.
They're like cucking you, basically. Or
Baghdad
alphaing
by
you.
the Bay.
Vancouver just cucked you, dude.
Well, Homeward Bound
Sans
2, the
Homeward
spectacle
Bound
was
2.
not there.
Interesting.
Yeah, Robert Hayes. He's a
Just
good
like
actor.
that's like how in Rumble in the Bronx, that shot in Toronto or something like that.
It ain't the Bronx. There's
Maybe
giant
it
mountains.
might also be Vancouver.
There's giant mountains outside the city.
Yes.
Robert
Um,
Hayes was addicted to cocaine for a while, I believe.
Hey.
I wonder if he liked. I
tabloid
wonder if he.
podcast.
I wonder if he
Hey,
worked
let's
like this
dish.
movie.
Let's dish with William and Ryan.
Let's do heroin and just gossip.
3 guys doing heroin and talking about the latest
just-
celebrity gossip.
Tabloids.
Speaking of gossip,
Just
I
reading
heard
links off,
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox
Shut
are splitting up, dude.
They're having
Yeah.
difficulties.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
f-
go to sleep real quick.
he caught her fucking the
Who told you
typewriter.
that?
He caught her
Hey,
fucking
okay.
who?
A typewriter. Now
Oh,
think
nice.
about
Fucking a
this.
typewriter, and it just said,
That's-
"Hey Stan." He was writing a letter to Eminem.
Machine Gun Kelly's writing process is also like you can equate it to
It's like a pink
Fucking,
Fisher
your-
Price typewriter.
yeah.
Isn't
Like
it
a
weird people
toy.
fuck their cell phones now? Isn't that like a David Cronenberg?
Yeah, did you hear
Oh,
that?
is that a thing? I can
Yeah,
imagine
there was
that's
there's some app
happening.
that there's
It's only
some
a matter
app
of
where you
time.
can have a chat bot, and it could get romantic, and then they decided to take the romance
A
thing
waifu.
off.
I knew I should have patented this.
And they took the romance thing off, and people started like freaking out, like
Wait,
crying.
what do you
like,
mean they took the romance off or out?
You can't have sex with it anymore.
Your
Her.
your phone?
Yeah, your phone. It's like a text, like you text
Her?
back and forth, or
I fucked her.
or him.
Yo, I
Oh,
fucked
like-
that app from her. I fucked it.
Same.
Oh, ScarJo.
Yeah.
No, the actual phone.
Mm. His weird wooden cell phone.
That
or
little
whatever
like
fucking-
guy in the video game that he plays, the Joaquin Phoenix plays. That's the one he ends up fucking.
Hell yeah,
God,
bro.
what video
A little
game.
guy. He plays like a video game in her. Anyway,
Naked Lunch. I was thinking, what if
yeah.
it was Topless Brunch? That'd be a good prequel.
Oh, wow.
Boner breakfast.
You know, he's in high school. He wants to date her.
That'd be
Boner.
cool.
So a prequel.
Although Boner Breakfast, I think it sounds a lot
Boner
funnier.
breakfast. Where everybody just got a boner and they're just eating eggs and sausage and stuff.
Everybody, their
You-
boners
you
in
have
a
to have a
diner.
boner.
We get some more coffee. The
You can
lady
eat for
fills up
free
the
as
coffee
long as you
cup,
can keep an erection.
and the guy gets a boner. He's like,
Everybody's boners are just
"Oh,"
rubbing against each other.
in their pants. They're like truckers
accident.
at a truck stop diner.
Mm.
Hell yeah,
knocking
bro.
shit off the
happens.
table.
He's just
Can
like
happen.
fucking an alien.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm,
It's the most
secreting-
important meal of the day.
It secretes 2 types of intoxicating juices. What do you mean gross? This movie is not gross. Come on.
Who said that?
Who said gross?
These typewriters, man, they get infected. If I have,
That's
it's like a
creepy.
laptop. If I use Ryan's laptop, I can spy on him.
Yeah.
What are
So
you talking about?
William S. Burroughs, his family was like really rich because they invented the alarm clock, and like they ran
What?
an advert, not an like
So he's a
a
nepo baby, you're saying?
Oh, he's like
a
blue.
rich kid.
He's
They
like
all
old,
were like rich kids, right?
old money rich. Not actually old money. I guess they were like early Gilded Age manufacturer industrial people, and they like
So that's why
like
he's a conservative buck.
adding machines. Now I was thinking about this. This is like the best of both worlds. So like if you're rich, you can either be a junkie or an artist. And William S.
He's
Burroughs,
basically Hunter Biden.
he's like, I'm gonna do both. And he's the
Oh,
first.
nice.
He's not the first, but he's, he's one of these early guys who's
To
just
beat
like, I'm on
poetry.
heroin, I'm rich, I'm making art. It's a lot like Evil Within guy, the Getty guy who made the coked out horror movie.
He's basically William F. Buckley. What the fuck is this guy's name?
These guys.
William S. Burroughs.
He's basically
who's William F.?
basically my life, basically what I'm doing right now, except instead of like typing or writing, I'm playing a lot of video games.
Maybe you need to do heroin.
And I'm getting pretty good at it.
I think what the lesson here is that you should try heroin.
Should I start heroin?
I don't think you've gone up enough. Maybe. I'm just
All right.
saying. It worked for him.
What's funny
All
is
right. Yeah, I'll give it a old wing ding.
it's interesting. The
You
movie
give it a
is
shot?
saying
I'll give it a try for you, buddy.
he's
All right,
like,
you let me
I don't
know how it
want to.
goes.
I don't want to write. It's too dangerous. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'll do heroin. Yeah, I'll fuck a bug. I'll fuck this. I'll fuck that.
I'll fuck a bug.
I'll go here. I'll go there. I don't give a shit. I have
Do
a
you
gun.
think David Cronenberg likes to or wants to fuck a bug or something? Like what's
I bet he fucked a bug.
Yeah, has he done this or has he tried? Anybody
It's like
ask that?
people will do anything not to write. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, I don't want to write that. Oh, don't make me write. Don't make me write.
That's the real writer. It's torture.
Yeah, he really I mean
But he was
just
under a
right.
deadline, right?
Just right. It's not a big deal.
He was also dealing
some
with
coffee.
the fact that he murdered his wife and he was on the lam.
Yeah, I wonder what his emotional reaction long term was to that, to him accidentally
not
killing her.
great.
Was he on heroin at the time when he did it or something like that? Like
Well, here's the thing.
Like they all
now I'm
probably were.
gossiping like
Hunter
Ryan and
Biden,
Ryan.
it's like
Gotcha.
he was
got me.
rich, but he wasn't famous. Once you kill your wife, and then you're like, oh yeah, I wrote a novel. People are like, whoa, that guy that killed his wife wrote a novel. Like, let's read this. Like, it gives you marketing cachet.
You think he did it for the brand?
Well, I'm just saying it helped. And being rich wasn't really being from money and having connections and all that shit didn't matter. It's all about it because fame is the ultimate.
Just
you
kill your
guys.
wife.
That's why this is a gossip podcast because it's all about fame.
Amen. Dude.
All about them ducats.
I was just watching. Oh, I'll make it fast. Because I'm about to
Cars.
talk about it next. I was just watching Cars.
Which is very Cronenberg.
Yeah, dude. David Cronenberg's
Dude,
Cars.
Cars, dude. Oh my,
I'd
that
watch
is
that.
Holy
Cars.
shit.
Where they're
Oh.
fucking the cars.
Yeah.
Radiator Springs, baby. There's
Um,
fucking aliens and
that's
gay
like-
sex.
That's like the last Cronenberg movie is when there are no people anymore. It's only machines. You know?
And he has giant
So
they have
what-
giant puppet strings.
My wife was watching Vanderpump Rules. And I'll
what
just
is
talk about
this?
like
What is
celebrity and stuff like that. Like
what is
fame and
Vanderpump
stuff.
Rules for a guy like me who hears people talk about it? It's a reality show.
Your
What is
girlfriend
it?
never
For a guy like me.
partake.
What do you mean for a guy like you?
My girlfriend thinks TV is stupid and people who watch TV are dumb.
a guy with a goth girlfriend.
Well, I bet your girlfriend doesn't even do heroin to
fuck
do
her.
her art.
Tell you, fuck your
She thinks
girlfriend.
it's a waste of time and that you should spend more time making art. I know she's an idiot.
I know.
Take it from me, a guy who watches
Nobody
a lot
gives
of
a
TV, a lot of
shit.
movies.
Vanderpump
great.
Rules was really
I'm-
good the first couple seasons.
What
But
is it about? What is
it's
the premise?
it's about actors or not like it's like about like LA people and living in
Oh,
West
yeah.
Hollywood.
It's a
It's about the
reality show?
wait staff at a West Hollywood restaurant that are all like actors, models, or like
awful.
aspiring people.
Okay.
It was really funny the first or it has been very funny and stuff. There were some really good like characters that are genuinely funny people that don't realize it.
Are
Especially
you
at the
laughing
beginning.
at him?
You know what I mean? Of course. It's like some of the episodes were like Curb Your Enthusiasm episodes, but with like young, stupid, hot people and living in LA instead
Tight.
of Larry David.
I'm into
Funny
it.
stuff. Yeah. but then like it's been going on for a really long time, and like a lot of the couple of best people on the show got canceled and like weren't allowed back on the show, and then they
Sheesh,
filled it
for
in.
what?
Bullshit. Dilbert was on the show. Fuck, man.
Yeah, Dilbert in a West Hollywood
Damn, dude. Hi, I'm
bar.
Scott Adams. I work at Vanderpump Rules. It's a restaurant in West Hollywood, and I'm the creator of Dilbert, one of the most successful newspaper comic strips of all time.
Guy sounds like a dweeb.
I just want
The
to
guy from
say,
Who Made Dilbert.
if you're white,
Oh,
don't go anywhere near a black person. Okay, just don't do it.
is that what he said?
Is this a quote?
Yeah, it's a quote. It's what I said. I believe it. I think it's good advice. And I'm the creator of Dilbert.
Damn,
It'd be cool if he
Dilby.
made Dilbert say that.
Dilbert's canceled.
Dilbert.
That'd be awesome if Dilbert was saying this. Like he put it in a Dilbert instead of on his vlog or whatever.
Oh, I thought
People
Dilbert
were like,
was
"What the
an
fuck?
ally.
Dilbert is a racist piece of shit."
Then it's South Park. It's cool. But yeah, Vanderpump Rules, they're canceled.
Oh,
Yeah.
so these people got canceled, and then they brought in some like next generate. They were after
Oh,
like
God.
6 or 7 seasons. They
TikTokers?
brought in
Oh,
like
boy.
new
Here we
young
go.
people that were
we
working at the
go.
restaurant. It's a
Oh,
spinoff of
God.
a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. It's like the
Fuck
restaurant
yeah,
she
bro.
owns.
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go.
Andy Cohen.
We're doing
Andy
it.
Cohen.
Coming out.
I'd rather
It's
I'd rather
glowing
get
anatomy, like
I'd rather suck off my typewriter
jizz.
than watch that.
But like so basically like the new she started watching the new season. We
The
haven't watched it
TV
in
has a big
years.
dick in the front, and Adam is just sucking it. Vanderpump.
That's Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump Rules is just coming so
choking on it.
hard.
It's like this show's pretty
Oh,
funny.
The show's good.
This show's funny. These people are stupid. Like I turned to my wife. Jizz is just dripping out of my
All
mouth.
out of your nose, just
Yeah.
out of everywhere. You're
These people
crying
are so
it.
stupid.
Jazz music's
Um,
playing.
But so like the
His apartment's trashed.
so the cast, so they got rid of like the next generation with this new season apparently, and they went back to the original remaining
Now they got
cast.
Babylon 5. Hello.
And then like
Here we go. What is the point of this story?
I'm so
I
close.
hate.
I'm so close. I know. That's why I was like bummed that I started.
What if
saying
they had
this.
puppets? What if they replaced the canceled people with puppets, and we wouldn't even know the difference?
Yeah, I'd be better.
So on Vanderpump Rules this new season, it's like just the old cast, they're back, and it's like this is just like their job now. And these people aren't like actors or doing they buy bars and shit in West Hollywood and stuff, but they're not like pursuing these creative things that they came out to do and stuff. So they're like these people in LA that are only perpetuating their own like celebrity.
Yeah, because who cares?
But but they also like I guess
Who
they have, like,
cares
a
about
talent to be on a
acting?
TV
Who
personality.
cares about any of
It's
this?
just like
They're
fame
LA
for the point
They
of fame
are
is like a
LA
very bizarre
people.
thing
These aren't
to
New York
pursue.
people. These aren't London. These aren't. Yeah, they're on a reality show.
I know. I'm just saying.
Adam's like, after 7 years, Adam's like, they were only interested on being on reality television.
They just wanted attention.
Vanderpump
shocked. I
Rules.
thought they had artistic integrity.
I thought he was gonna make that-
Vanderpump.
What's going on, man? Where's that
Anyways,
script?
were you talking about that before?
That was an astute observation, though.
Thank you. Thanks. I made that very fast too when I was watching the.
You were the one who
episode.
brought up Vanderpump Rules.
No. Before that, you're talking about celebrity. Oh, being a celebrity because it's like you kill your wife, so then you publish a book and
Hell
people,
yes.
you have
Yes,
fame
yes.
and shit. Oh,
Scott
man.
Peterson.
If I done it, if I would have
A
done
little
it,
help, guys, would be.
OJ's never been more
I'd
famous.
kill you.
if I did it,
You know what I mean? OJ, exactly. Yes, he did it for the fame.
He did it for the clout. Let's be honest. Okay.
Yeah,
He was.
he wanted.
he did it for
wanted
the
to-
love of the. I think he did it for the love of the game.
He wanted to be a published author.
Yeah. He needed his book published. He needed an angle. He
He
needed
wrote
a
"If I
hook.
Did It," the OJ, my response to the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. He wrote that before, and then he was like, "Oh, I should fucking actually do it." And then it would drive the book sales.
One of the VFX scenes that doesn't work so well in Naked Lunch is it's a cool idea, but you can tell they just didn't have the money. Is what that guy Julian Sands, the blonde guy, when he takes Kiki and like rapes and kills him in the birdcage, and he's like a giant centipede.
That guy's name was Kiki.
Kiki's the
know that.
victim, the little
Oh yeah, definitely.
young Arabic guy, and then
Are you saying that like that's not clear? Who's that
You
what
said
you're
his
saying?
name is Kiki, and then you're
Oh,
like,
you're saying he's the victim. I thought you were just talking about them. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
anyway, the VFX doesn't look very good in my
Thank you.
opinion. I wish it looked better. This is not as good as the mugwump smoking the cigarette.
But it is
Nope.
creepy though, because
Nothing can be.
that does have an unsettling quality because of like the weird like moans that they're both doing.
The
The
face.
mugwog.
The face, yeah, the guy who's
I
the
thought he
victim
was
is being like,
cute.
oh, and the guy who's doing it is
Oh
going
yeah,
like,
the cage.
oh,
The dude in the
oh, and it
cage.
has like a weird dissonance thing. And this movie also has like some audio discontinuity or whatever with the picture in another part too. It has like a weird audio quality that makes it unsettling, I think. And then there's a scene where Ian Holm is talking to William F. Buckley and
Bill Lee. His character's
Bill,
name is Will Lee.
yeah,
Bill
Suburros,
Lee.
Suburros. Is that a Suburro?
Burroughs.
Cerberus.
Junkie pizza, dude.
Yeah,
Junkie pizza, man. Come
There's
and
like a
get your
cigarette in
slice
it
of pizza.
instead
Come
of
on, man.
pepperoni.
Buy this pizza. It's William S. Burroughs pizza, man.
Suburros. It's
Sounds
William
good, dude.
Suburros.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Yeah, man, I'm gonna deliver your pizza. Just give me a few more hours. Okay. I'm on my way with the pizza.
Junkie pizza.
I promise. Don't cancel.
Suburros. You know, that's what you get with Suburros. It's part of the fun. But oh yeah, Ian Holmes is talking about it. He's like, hey, I'm talking to you right now, but my words are not going to match my
Yeah.
lips.
I'm
And
killing
then
my
he
wife.
continues
Oh,
on.
he
He's
was
like,
psychic.
that was cool. Never seen
Yeah.
a
Just-
scene where that happens, right?
And he said he was
Also-
psychic, right?
That's a
Just-
unique scene.
I think that's in the novel or something. And then it's like, what a great way to just get a bunch of exposition out there really fast. Like, yeah, I'm planning on killing my wife and I'm using witchcraft to do it. And otherwise, that conversation wouldn't make any sense. But, you know, Cronenberg will do these very weird ideas and really commit to them. He's not afraid.
Well, yeah, the commitment I think is what gives it a unsettling quality, you know? Like the commitment to being weird. Otherwise, you know, you because you see people that really are weird in real life, and you're like, fuck, these guys are fucking weird. Like it's creepy. So you see it in you want to see like at least that in a movie.
But also like Evil Within, classic movie to compare this to, because that movie is so trying so hard to be weird, and it's just not weird. It's like, hey, what if it was like a weird giant
Yeah,
guy?
I feel like I wasn't a good thing.
Or like, what if it was just this? What if it was like a weird, like a dwarf? You
Yeah,
know, whoa, that's weird.
That's
I did like
weird.
in this movie, it didn't seem that weird. Like it kind of put you in the world and it made sense that those aliens were there.
Yeah,
And
it's a
like you were
delicate
saying
balance. It's a
earlier.
balance. You gotta make it a
Well, it's
real
about
movie.
a mundane thing. It's about mundane shit. Ultimately, it's about writing and stuff. He's writing reports, bureaucratic reports, and it's very like bland life stuff for the most part. There's like the gun stuff a little bit. That's kind of a movie requisite, I guess. But like, it's not like a sci-fi interesting or like big world thing. It's just a guy writing on a typewriter and like being a junkie and stuff. And it's like very simple, but it's given a spectacle that makes
Yes.
it a big movie.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
like if without
Pretty
that
neat.
without that twist, yeah, it's like one of those dry addiction dramas or whatever. Like
There's a lot of art films that are just so fucking boring and just have nothing cool. And the whole thing is like, isn't it boring? Like, aren't you? Look at you.
Like
You're
life.
experiencing a
They're saying
completely
life
boring
is
fucking
boring.
movie. And that's a very common thing now. You're
They're
not
like,
really
not mine.
seeing.
I'm making movies, but your life is boring, is what they're.
It's
I'm
like
trying
get
to
a
say.
life, you know?
Yeah,
Hey, get
that's
no
what the
fucking
movie's
life.
telling you.
Leave the theater. Get out. Why this movie sucks.
Yeah, they're just trying to bore you so much that you stop watching movies, wasting your life watching movies.
What's like a really slow, boring, nothing?
Cars.
No,
Cars.
no. not boring or slow.
There's one I watched recently called Fleabag, and it's like a little girl and she's getting her teeth worked on. It's like a French movie. That was boring. That's Gaspar
Gross.
Noé's wife. Her other movies are pretty good, but they're
Yeah,
really
like a
slow.
character study that is like a verite European thing.
Place Behind the Pines
Yeah,
kind of got
it's all
boring.
good though. That's true, but that movie
that
does
Place
have like
Behind
an
the
epic scope.
has
Kind
like a
of
bank
of like a
robbery and
Shakespeare.
shit.
Yeah, it has spectacle in it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's this movie EO I haven't watched yet with the donkey, and I'm worried it's gonna be one of those movies, but it might be
Yeah, I
kind of
think
cool. I don't
it
know,
might be.
but
A
it's
donkey?
like
Well, the thing
it'll-
about, but yeah, no, go ahead.
I'll tell you
They
what
Get
it
Lunch
is
costs
not a boring
16
movie.
cost 16 million.
The Wedding Singer.
Well, The Wedding Singer. Dunstan checks in.
Dude,
Oh,
that has
boy.
spectacle.
Jason
This is another movie that
Alexander.
I'm talking about. This offers like a cinematic spectacle. An orangutan
Yep.
set loose in a ritzy hotel.
But
I
That's
can I like
that's the
I
But with
people
no
can't make
result-
that stuff up.
they would
But
go
with-
out to the theater to see that. You understand because everybody's thought
Did
about
anyone
it,
see
and you
that in
wanna
the
see it.
theater?
I did,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
definitely.
3 times
about-
in one day.
Dude, we
What
were in
about-
the blessed generation that was young at the time when Dunstan Checks In played
Blank
theatrically.
Check.
And that popcorn.
Of course,
Blank
Blank
Check.
Check.
You could
Blank
pump-
Check was very awesome. That was
Dennis
you're just
the
like,
Menace.
fuck yeah, I'd do this too. If I could do this if I had a computer.
Dennis the Menace.
was pretty good, kind of scary, I remember.
Baby's Day
that
Out.
that's Dirk from Rushmore, by the way. Dennis the Menace.
Yeah,
Okay.
all these are Home
Everybody knows
Alone ripoffs, and there was a million shitty, stupid movies that were exactly like Home Alone, and it was.
But which
like,
ones offered a unique spectacle? Blank
What if
Check.
a monkey fucked up a hotel,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Faye Dunaway and
Well, it's
Jason
about, like,
Alexander?
The elements that you can offer, like the monkey. Yeah. There was an ape actually.
What about Monkey Trouble, where Harvey Keitel played a gypsy who lost his monkey?
Yeah, like without the ritzy hotel.
Where's my monkey?
This movie is forget it. Who cares? Fuck off.
Free Willy
Fuck off, monkey.
with Michael Madsen and the.
Free Willy, I
Spoon?
guess, has like, yeah, it has. And also, by the way, like I was saying, like with Homeward Bound, there was like money and budget put to.
Never seen Adam This Alive.
There was money and budget put to like the animal trainers and stuff, in a way where they like kind of went above and beyond to fill it with
It was healthy.
treats, visual treats of like deer, rabbits, and getting them with interesting shots, getting them to do challenging things for like a trained animal, like a stage, stage animal or whatever to do.
Cocaine
So-
Bear has no bear.
Exactly.
There is not one bear in that whole movie.
And it just like
Damn.
you want to go to the
Feels
theater
a
to
little
see
hollow.
something difficult pulled off. You want to
There's a
see like
movie-
them pull off a challenging thing. And like,
Yeah, make it art instead of just plugging it into a computer.
bingo. The machine that we're all fucking right now.
Exactly.
Understand?
Dude,
Well,
William S. Burroughs would have been
Yeah.
freaked out by AI because that's definitely where this is all heading. Every day AI
Yep.
gets better.
We should do an AI
when's the singularity supposed to
page of
be?
William F. Burroughs.
2035 or 2055? It's coming up.
Yeah,
What's the singularity again? It's like a movie with
When
Justin
the
Timberlake.
When the AI gets
As
like
smart as a
they're-
human.
as smart as a human consciousness, and then probably surpasses it.
So
Very
what's the
cool. Once
date
it-
again? What's the date?
It's coming up pretty soon. But like
Oh.
basically quantum
Oh,
computing
no.
would pull it off. But like once you have a machine as smart as a human brain, then all you have to do is make like 1,000 of them, 100,000 of them, 1,000,000 of them, and connect them all. And now you have 1,000,000 brains,
Yeah.
and like very
It's
quickly
gonna be done. Yeah.
once it happens, it's like, whoa, baby, hold on. Here we go. We got the
Are people trying to say like, hey, we shouldn't do this?
yes.
No, I mean,
we got to do this. We're
it's
doing
too
this.
late.
We're
It's
doing it
too
or
late.
China's
We
doing
already.
it.
Yeah,
But-
I think
But
it's way
what
too
are they
late.
talking? Are they being like, hey, what if the Matrix happens?
Oh,
No.
they plan on us.
Yeah.
These guys
We're
are
dead.
planning for what happens after humans are dead.
Who is? Let's get these guys.
The energy,
robots.
the AMD, Nvidia. That's what they do. This is the
Nvidia,
plan.
like the graphics card company.
Yeah. This is what
They're
they're
planning for my
making.
extinction.
They're making AI They're coming up with AI chips, tensor core chips. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
damn.
I'm
AI
down.
chips. Never thought about that.
the plan is
Fuck.
to make a so you're gonna once we have manufacturing on Earth that can make these little drones, they're gonna send drones to the asteroid belt where they'll have unlimited access to like gold and copper and nickel and all the pieces, all the materials to make computers, and they're going to make a computer the size of the planet Earth. And then what that's
NVIDIA is doing
this is like the business plan. This is what this is all talked
Disney?
about in the
This is
singularity,
Disney?
the singularity theory. Also, Ray Kurzweil.
So DeSantis
right?
is trying to prevent this from happening.
And then this computer will then make, or this
Trying to save us.
planet-sized computer will then have drones that fly to every star in the galaxy looking for life and other materials, and
No,
it's just going to self-replicate, and that'll be the next level of humanity.
When
Hell yeah.
You know, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
So then
That's
we'll be
kind of
like,
the conflict of that
will
movie.
we be dead or will we be slaves?
I mean,
Probably
Avatar.
But
Maybe a
the-
computer.
but-
We'll be
but
like
the-
rats for the computer to play with. We could be in that
fucked.
right now.
That's
Also,
fucked up.
when they say like this is a simulation, they're
Yeah.
saying like we're just in a computer that big or something.
In the Matrix,
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, and every dimension. would be a
Yeah, I know,
version of
but like
that.
theoretically and stuff. But also like that technology is not gonna like suddenly we're not gonna have suddenly like Star Trek technology where we can do all this stuff. Like
It'll
Fucking
happen
trains
over
don't
like
even work
20
great.
years.
That's what they're
Can't even-
saying.
also,
Because
they can't even get past the moon and
machines.
shit.
The theory is that the machines will make better machines. The machines will make
course.
the machines to do
But
this.
there's
that we
physical
don't have access to.
limitations, like realistic limitations, I think.
And also
At this
the
point,
thing I was saying
Reality,
with
you know, what exists in nature, what we can make
when they
physically.
No,
when
you're
they
high.
get all the materials in the
Really?
asteroid belt and other planets, and they're talking about like mining the moon.
I'm okay.
China
I
and
think I would be
America
okay with that, honestly.
want to go to
Hell yeah.
like the moon to mine. So this is what they're
I'll be a moon rock miner. That'd be
Dude,
sick.
that'd be awesome.
Elon
Little
Musk.
beard.
Okay, he wants to do this. Like this
That's
absolutely.
why he would want
He
to do it.
jerks off to shitty science
I'd
fiction
volunteer.
novels and wants to do this. He's like, send Ryan.
Can
I
grow a
want
beard
to send
without
Ryan to the
going to the
moon.
moon.
Yeah.
You don't need to go
Call
to the
me
moon
up.
to grow a beard.
Call me up, Elon.
You got a
I
pickaxe.
want to go to
you
the
just gotta-
moon.
You have to be a Twitter blue check, though.
Yo, I'm
Have
gonna
to
go to
be-
the moon.
oh, I
I'm gonna
can get
buy
that.
an
You gotta
F1.
subscribe.
I'm gonna buy an F-150, and that's just fuck it.
He's
Let's
finally
do it.
gonna get you.
Let's
Just
go.
subscribe.
Get me on that moon rock rover. Just bouncing
hauling
around.
ass. Just a Nebraska boy fracking on the moon.
Hell yeah.
No frack about it.
Total Recall. You know, that's what that shit's about.
I'm just
We
a
have
moon
people on the
man now.
moon. We're on the Mars, baby. Just fuck it.
Just all
Be a
alone on the
sick-ass
moon,
life.
growing a beard. That'd be sick, dude.
Getting that
Well,
effect that astronauts have when they see Earth from the outside.
Yeah.
damn,
and then you're
dude.
just like and then you're just like a guy who like drinks beer and just like a construction worker and stuff.
Damn,
Hell
dude, that's
yeah,
the
dude.
Earth. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Mm. Give me some space beer,
You're
bitch.
just tailgating on the moon.
Yeah, give me
looking at
some of that
Earth, being like, wow, I see
moon beer.
yeah.
And then you're just
I
and then
feel my
you're-
own insignificance.
And my
then
back
you're-
is turned to that view, and I'm just drinking.
and you're living the good
sitting in a
life, and
crater.
then
Like
You
a king
start
of hell
doing-
when they're in front of the fence.
Martian heroin, and you're like, "Fuck, this Martian heroin's got me real bad."
Give me some
I
of
gotta-
that bug dust.
What's
Yeah.
the thing that he
That-
says in the movie? This movie has a lot of like William S. Burroughs writing, where he's like addicts of a drug that hasn't been invented yet or whatever.
Yeah,
It's okay. I was just trying to.
I don't remember, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought
Well,
that
I'm
was
not
a
good with the
really line.
quotes like this. I don't.
And then, well, it's like William S. Burroughs types beat writing where you're just like, that thing that doesn't exist. What if when it's gonna? Think about it.
Oh yeah.
Science fiction.
know.
That's what science fiction is. You know,
World
so
War, the profiteers of World War III.
he was really into like Cold War conspiracy stuff, like military industrial complex.
I don't like the
He's a smart guy. You know, he's rich. He's like, hey, look at
He can
the
think
military's
about that.
getting kind of weird, guys. Like we're just invading Korea for no
kind of like
reason.
Everlast with that song "What It's Like."
What?
And then you really might know
It's
what
basically
it's like
Everlast.
to fuck a bug.
Yeah,
Oh
He
my
fucked
God,
a
yeah.
bug and stuck his dick in a typewriter.
Everlast is doing the
It's
same thing
beautiful.
basically when he's saying I've seen a rich man beg and a poor man. What is that?
Cry.
A poor man fuck a
Cry.
typewriter.
Poor man
Oh.
cry.
I've seen a
Or a
rich
happy
man
guy
fuck a
cry. Alanis
bug and a
Morissette.
poor
This
man
is
get fucked in
ironic.
the ass.
This is also the Alanis Morissette song. Ironic.
Do you think the guy
Just
that wrote
irony.
the
Irony.
Do you think the person that wrote the Bible had sex with their typewriter like this?
Totally.
It's like, I know David
Waitress.
Cronenberg did when he wrote the Bible for David Cronenberg's Passion of the
Ooh.
Christ.
Dude.
Oh, yes. And the penis is
Sad.
going in his wrist and he's crucified. And they take two popsicle sticks and they
And there's
crucify
an
his
alien.
balls and dick.
Why can't that be a Christian movie?
I think
Why
this
can't
would
we
be a
have a
good
movie
Christian movie where
for-
Jesus is cool. Jesus
Yeah,
has
make Jesus
sunglasses.
cool. Yeah. He gets a
He
hog,
rides a
cruises
he
down
rides a
PCH.
no, he rides a horse around the city.
And Ryan County will
Like
play
a big
That'd be cool.
horse.
That'd be cool.
Jesus.
Like a
and
big
Audacious.
hairy horse. Like, yeah.
And Jesus just wants to buy an F-150. He's just a bro on the moon.
I'm just driving on the moon. Driving an F-150 on the moon.
Hell yeah. Just drunk driving. Like
Just drunk driving because
No
it's just about
lanes,
me and a
like,
couple
yeah.
other employees.
dude, I really hope this happens for you. It'd be like your best.
Your mic.
Talking to your mic. And then
It'd be a good outcome.
well, and
like
I
you
just got a
could do everything you
guitar,
want.
and I just kind of fiddle around, make a little space, a little moon campsite.
Yeah, totally.
Lay
It'd be
down
like
with my
it's like being a beach bum, I guess.
my
Like
moon
kind of.
cat.
I get jealous of beach bums.
Ryan, all we have is water.
So to quote unquote.
Trying to party. Maybe you can help
Jesus.
us out.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus is out there.
You get high, eat a bunch of rations. Like that astronaut food. Eat
Hell
everybody's rations and they're like, we're gonna
No,
die.
and they're like, wait, we need food. And then you're like, oh, here's 1,000,000 rations. And we all got
Wait, am I
Ration.
Jesus in this?
yeah, you're a space Jesus on the moon.
Oh, because I
Yeah,
get
you're
my
moon
beard grows.
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
And you get
could be the
crucified though.
Jesus of the moon.
Oh, thank you.
Just saying.
It's
like,
weird.
You asking
Like,
me
I
out?
hope that happens for you.
what if like the computers in space, man? Like, what if they get religious and there's like a Muslim planet and like a Christian planet and they fight just like Earth?
That's probably gonna
Dude,
happen.
That would be crazy. The moon versus Earth.
Have you never heard Star Wars?
Dude, ever heard of Robot
Dude,
Israel?
we would fuck the moon up, honestly.
No, the moon is like a big Death Star already.
That's a cute idea. But factually, not true.
If you wanted to turn the moon into a
Okay.
Death Star,
Okay.
you just
We
need
would
like one
Fuck
rocket.
the moon up.
You need like one rocket station just pointed at Earth, and then you could be like, "We'll blow you up
Yeah,
if you fuck with us. We'll blow you up."
because there's one side that's
Oh.
always pointed at Earth, right?
Yeah,
That'd have to be a pretty big rocket.
Damn, that's a good strategy for the moon
you
people.
Could put a
we better get a gun up there real fast.
Damn,
The
you
first
guys
gun
are
on the
good
moon.
people, I'm saying.
hot
Damn.
damn.
That's their trump card, is that the fact that that one side is always facing us. Because they're just constantly like circling us with like a big laser pointed at us. We're fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
So
Burroughs
so
was
don't worry
into
We
this
about
guy.
lose the moon versus
Burroughs
Earth fight.
knew this was going to
Yeah.
happen. He knew World War III.
And then it's just gonna be me up there, drunk as hell, laughing at when the laser goes off.
Well, yeah, but you're like behind the laser shooting and stuff.
What would happen to the moon
you do
though if
that?
the Earth destroyed? They'd both go out.
Would you do that, dude?
I'd shoot the Earth, yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting kind of poetic ending, Ryan. Is that the moon is now no longer a moon.
I bet I would definitely
what's
shoot the
what
Earth
happens to the
as
moon,
long
then?
as long as there's like a couple people there to witness it, so that I was like, "Yep, that
Check this
just
out, babe.
happened."
Yeah.
Well,
you
that
could
just
also-
happened.
The other thing that might happen is the Earth could just be like mushroom clouds, like nuclear winter.
Yeah.
And from the moon you look at Earth and it's now just like a swirling mass of
I guess,
like
yeah, I could.
poisonous gas and clouds.
But also the gravity of the sun would change what the moon does. It wouldn't be as close to
The
Earth.
planet, no one has a missile big enough to blow up the Earth. I know the
We
Death
don't know
Star.
yet.
The Death
Yeah.
Star did,
AI, dude. They're gonna
but
do
the
it.
AI that's what AI is gonna do, man. Fuck. We need to control this
I can't
AI.
believe we're fucking these machines. Right
No,
now.
we just join them. I'm
They're
on your
gonna do this
side.
to us.
We should just
You wanna
suck the
join the
machine's
machine?
dicks, the robot's
Yeah,
stick.
I'll be on that side of the
If I have
war.
to suck a
If they'll
machine's
allow
dick
me.
to have them not blow up the Earth,
Apple will do it. They'll be like, "Oh, you gotta
for my
suck the Mac.
planet, I would do it.
You gotta suck the MacBook Pro's dick."
Oh, you go to a Genius bar and they
I
tell
bet it
you
would.
they start
And
just
then-
like
every-
fucking
Yeah,
Just blowing it.
Also-
like
and it's Tim Cook's voice.
the guy in glasses and like a Converse.
He gets the manager
Jeez.
over and they start like double teaming it.
Damn, dude.
Just fucking your laptop.
And you're just like kind of looking at your
Yeah,
phone,
and then
just being like, "Fuck, man, is this gonna end?"
and
soon?
they're-
like
they're talking to you
drinking a
just
Jamba
normally.
juice.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna have to probably soak this in rice after this. So you got about 40 minutes to kill. They're just humping it while they're talking like that.
Full of jizz.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fucked up. And remember,
Back-
they
yeah.
beat up the typewriter, and it's all bloody and fucked up.
Yeah.
It was like crying.
Yeah.
What were those things? Like cockroach buttholes?
And then
Yeah. That's
good old
it.
Roy
You nailed it.
Scheider shows up again. Turns out he's the gypsy lady. Reveal that's the
Yeah,
only
that's-
nudity in the movie, right? That lady's
Breasts.
breast, and then he rips it open and he reveals himself.
Yeah, because the sex scenes they're like clothed and kind of interpretive interpretive sex scenes more. They're like
Yeah.
writhing and stuff, and then like crazy stuff happens with like a lobster with butt cheeks.
And that's an interesting thing because like people were so taken aback by the movie, and it's like, hey, there's just two people like kissing on a couch, laying around. No one's naked.
It's
They're
disturbing,
dry
though.
humping. I know that's the cool thing is that he's made it more disturbing without having to go for that graphic Vanderpump Rules kind of storytelling.
Yeah. Bravo,
You know.
David.
So, what's the lesson? What have you learned? Kill your wife, get famous, then it's easy.
Yeah,
right?
if you murder your wife, yeah, it can only go up from there. Just make sure it's a fun party trick,
Also,
not like
drugs are cool.
Alec
like,
Baldwin.
Yeah.
you want to
Alec
see crazy
Baldwin.
bugs jizzing? You want to type
You
into a
wanna-
typewriter, or you want to like fucking fuck a bug's butthole and like
You
have
want
it
to get famous?
come out,
Yeah.
a book come out? You know?
Yeah. Also, I guess the movie is dealing with the fact that he did kill his wife and his life is all fucked up and he can't deal with anything anymore, huh? Because Alec Baldwin ain't
yep.
doing so hot these days. That's kind of eating
dear.
away at him.
Did you see the videos drop? Did you show those links?
I didn't
saw
watch it
that.
yet.
It doesn't show, or like I didn't see.
He just feels like a weirdo.
He's like RoboCop.
'Cause
He's just like
pulling-
spinning a
play-
gun
no, he's
around.
The way
it's
he's
a
talking.
performance. It's a
Yeah,
Wait, oh, you talking about to the cops or whatever?
yeah.
I thought you were talking about the part where he's pulling the gun, like the shot. Jesus.
Does he shoot her on camera? Do you see it?
I guess
no,
they
no,
said
you
not
don't.
in
Hell
that
yeah.
They don't
clip.
show you that. Jesus, William. They're not like fucking 4chan guys.
I mean, it's gonna
Like,
the
check
movie's
this
gonna
out.
come out, isn't it?
Sheriff's
I
Department.
hope so. Sounds like a cool movie. Can't wait to hear the marketing tour and to see the poster and pay my fucking blood money to
there's
watch
no
it.
way.
Yeah, are
Fucking
people gonna
blood
protest?
money, man.
Yeah, people would be pissed at you if you saw it.
What
It would be
about
a-
like
it'd be a thing that you couldn't do for sure.
you're making a
Says
Funny or
who?
Die sketch
Or
in
it's like people
2009?
are like, "You're a piece
You
of
and your
shit."
friends are making a Funny or Die sketch in 2009, and like Adam Bowers is accidentally shot and killed in the sketch because they didn't realize the gun wasn't loaded, and they're like, Are we still gonna upload it to Funny or Die, guys? I mean,
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
mean,
I feel like it came out
We
pretty
already
good
made
besides
it.
besides the
Dude.
part where
We
I
can
don't
edit
know.
around that.
we could edit around that. Yeah, and they're like,
that could have definitely happened.
ironically, we're getting a lot of funny votes. I thought they were all gonna go to Die, but no, we're being voted very funny. We made the front page.
It would make
Funny or
sense either
Die.
way.
We got 3,000 hits on our Facebook page, so you know.
Hell yeah.
So I
let's
miss
just-
Adam.
Yeah.
I miss
just keep
Adam.
doing it. Yeah.
But this is our best performing video yet.
We will put a picture up of Adam in the break room and add 10 minutes every day onto your lunch break in his honor.
What would the sketch
Every
be?
day. That's pretty cool.
You know, he loved his long lunches.
I did do that.
We loved Adam's long lunches. He would take us out for our burgers.
TGI Fridays, spring for the cup of dirt. You guys ever get the
What?
cup of dirt at TGI Fridays?
Gross.
The child's dessert, but it's pretty delicious.
Oh, it's like worms and.
Yeah,
guys
it's
go
like
to
a
where
chocolate
do you
pudding
get
and
it?
crumbled up Oreos and then gummy worms.
Ew.
It's an adult.
What is this? David Cronenberg's
Class.
TGI Fridays.
Digestive. Is a digestive.
I fucked the mozzarella sticks. It's like
There's
Vanderpump
one-
Rules, but it's just a
Instead of
bunch of
machines, he's just really into fucking
just a bunch of
Mayonnaise
guys,
or,
Arabic guys on heroin working at TGI Fridays.
American
yeah.
restaurant cuisine. Yeah.
and it's marinara coming out instead of like cream.
It's like a giant deep fried mug.
Rub
womp
some
head.
Parmesan up around my lips.
That's Italian. That's Italian.
This
David
is the
Cronenberg.
sketch we were making where Adam got killed. We're like, it's
Yeah.
fucking funny though. It's like TJ Fridays, David Cronenberg.
Only
Naked
gonna be
Lunch.
topical for a little bit longer.
Oh, it looks really good. We got really good production values. Adam was proud of the video. He just
Yeah,
He direct-
I said like
he
this-
you
this
directed.
is
You're
really
the
fun.
director.
I said that day.
We got Alec Baldwin to be in the sketch. You know, 30 Rock is on. This is cool. All right, what do I do with this gun? Point at this fucking idiot. Shoot. Like, whoops. You killed
Whoops.
Adam. Whoops,
Adam's
William.
dead. He would have wanted us to post it. I think that's what he was murmuring when he right before he choked on his own
Post
blood.
it. You guys should still post it.
Oh, post the video.
We're gonna get so many hits.
Yeah.
Guys,
This
please
could
don't
go
post the
viral.
video. Don't post it. Don't post it. Don't.
Please don't.
Don't.
Call
Don't.
help. Call
Yeah,
help.
we should.
And
He
you're trying
wants
to like
us.
stall out before you have to promise me before I die.
He wants us to post it.
He-
That I'm famous.
His
'cause
last
I
words
killed
were
it.
post it. Don't post it. Well,
I
his
write my-
last
I
two
can write
words
my
were post
book. I can write my book now.
it. Yeah.
Now I'm a
Everyone
writer.
just writes everyone just writes a novel.
Kill someone. It's great. That's the lesson. So, what's our ratings? I love this movie. For me, it's 5. It's 5 stars. I love it. It's one of
Got
my favorite
four.
movies.
4 stars.
Four. I would say 4.
There's
and a
a
half, maybe.
gross out factor I didn't like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that can
For me, that's a star. That's a star.
But my thing is like there's stuff that kind of doesn't make sense. Or you're just like
What?
kind of it's like there's
Does it
I feel
make
like
sense?
for 4.5 I
I
feel like a
pretty much
4.5 is a
understood.
movie where like weird shit happens but that doesn't like all work. A 5-star movie is like where there's a bunch of weird shit that does all work. But this has like elements I feel like are weird. Also, it's a movie that it's one of those movies where the character says the name of the movie in the movie.
The titular line.
Yeah. And that's a 5-star movie would not have that. There's no
Okay.
like scene in The Godfather where he's like
Godfather, Godfather, I
Godfather.
come to you on the
no,
day
but he's
of my
like where
daughter's
he's like
wedding.
that's why you guys call me the Godfather.
He looked right at the camera.
Godfather.
So
that's why they call me the Godfather.
Okay, you're right. It's no the Godfather.
so
It's fair. Not
know,
everything
just
is the
that
Godfather. The
movie
Godfather is
no,
a
just
tight...
having the title in the movie.
And
that's why
they call me the Godfather 3.
Yeah.
Hooah! Godfather Part
Well, it made sense in the
3.
scene. It kind of yeah. But yeah, but it's I like, and it does a good movie about being a writer, kind of also, and it's also like a really good movie about being an addict
Like getting your
or
groove
like a
back.
junkie.
Yeah.
It's like a good junkie movie because of these. It has the spectacle, but the like it's not dry, even though it's like it is dry. It is dry, but it's also like
Sure.
it
It's
doesn't have
wet,
that
baby. It's
realism,
wet
like,
when it needs to
Oh, it's
be.
slippery,
it's a
dude.
wet movie, dude.
It's you're walking around, it's dry, and then all of a sudden you're slipping. You're like a dog on ice because it's wet.
It's a wet drama.
So
I love sexual bugs.
next week we'll do Belly because Belly is. I watched it at New Beverly. It's very funny. It's a ridiculous movie.
Hell yeah.
I think Ryan will like it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's got Nas and who
Not
else?
on
Method
Adam's
Man.
to-do list. It's not on Adam's to watch list,
My watch,
unfortunately.
you know,
Wow, that's
or kill
probably
you to have it be the
racist.
stupids.
Probably racist, Adam.
I've
how you just
I've
said
already
that.
checked it off, dude.